Madden 16 looking to rebuild the New York Giants, taking them back to the Super Bowl and hopefully defeating the Patriots for a third time because the Pats are 0-2 in the Super Bowl against the Giants. They simply cannot beat them. This team, Madden hates on them. They're rated in the high 70s. They do have some star players. Odell Beckham blew up last year. He's on the cover, and Victor Cruz has come back from an injury. They're going to be two key focal points on offense. At QB, you got the man Eli Manning, who's the perfect New York quarterback because he doesn't show any emotion, takes all the hate, all the love, considers himself elite, wants the fattest contract for a quarterback. Let's lead him to a third Super Bowl. Eli, 2-0 in the Super Bowl, much better than Brady, who fucking loses all the time. Anyways, you got Jennings, Williams, and Vereen in the backfield. Vereen's coming from New England, probably a third down back, going to catch some balls. Andre Williams out of BC, the Heisman finalist, should compete for carries with Rashad Jennings. In case he gets injured, he'll bump up and be a solid running back for them. And the Rhino, Henry Hynoski, is one of the best fullbacks in the game. Not a lot of teams carry fullback anymore, but he's definitely great. Creates a lot of holes for Jennings and Williams. Should be pretty good this year. For receivers, we got ODB, Victor, and Ruben Randall. That's a very solid trio. Victor Cruz coming off that horrible injury last year. Hopefully didn't lose a step until has elite speed and could be a burner on the outside playing opposite Odell. Ruben Randall, also out of LSU, had a great year last year. Targeted a lot. Had a few good games, but also had a lot of drop passes. Hoping to improve on that this year. Larry Donnell, the former Grambling State quarterback, is now entering his second full season as the starting tight end for the Giants. Hopefully he plays pretty well. He's still learning the position, learning how to block. But he did have 6 TDs last year. Should be pretty solid for us. They drafted Ereck Flowers with the 9th overall pick. Not a sexy pick, but we got to build the O-line if we want to compete. It's going to start in the trenches. We need a good O-line, need a good D-line, be able to open up holes for our running backs and keep Eli protected. When he's protected, he's a solid, great quarterback who makes a ton of good throws. Also throws a lot of picks, but I'm not looking to make Eli throw on the run a lot. I want to sit in the pocket, being able to dissect defense, come in a lot of shotgun, 4 or 5 wide sets, get everyone involved. Also, they added Dwayne Harris this year. Former Cowboys returner. He's going to be a return man. I once met him at Chipotle. He's pretty cool. And also, they have Corey Washington, a huge frame, 6'4", 6'5" receiver. Hopefully we can get him looks in the red zone. And I forgot, they added James Jones. Played with Oakland last year, had a ton of catches, I think over 70. He'll probably fight for that 4th spot, but that rounds out our offense this year. On defense, we got Rodgers-Cromartie leading us in the secondary. They paid a ton of money for him. He's better performed this year. Prince Amukamara, the first-round pick out of Nebraska, is a very solid cornerback. They should provide a nice 1-2 punch in the corners. They drafted Landon, I think was a godsend, with the 2nd pick in the 2nd round. Traded up to get him. I hope he pans out. We had Kenny Phillips. He was all right out of Miami, but I hope Landon does well because our secondary is very, very thin. I mean, we haven't had a solid safety in forever. Stevie Brown was good a few years ago. Made a ton of big plays. They had Will Hill. Now I think he plays for Baltimore. Solid player, just couldn't. I mean, he messed with all this random shit. So he's not going to be there. Linebackers, John Beeson. The Panthers traded him away for free. He's basically leads our team. Runs that defense. The captain on defense, I like him. Kennard is coming off strong. Very strong rookie performance. He's going to help me a lot. Going to rush the passer. He could cover linebackers. He's very fast to be a linebacker. So he's basically rounding out our linebacking core. We want to develop Kennard. That's one of the keys. And also develop Landon Collins. Want to make him playmaking safety. One of the best safeties in the league. That's going to be 2 players we're really looking to develop from our cornerbacks and from our linebackers. Our defensive line, not what it once used to be. We used to have a great defensive line. We won the Super Bowls. That's why we won Super Bowls. We put pressures on the quarterback, man. And we would have the NASCAR package. We put 4 defensive ends in there. I mean, we don't have Strahan. We don't have OC. We don't have Tuck. We don't have that huge squad we used to have. Absolute beast back there. Now, we're running with a bunch of players who have potential. I mean, Robert Ayers was a first-round pick a few years ago. Pretty solid player for the Giants last year. And Demontre Moore, he's got to develop this year, man. He fell in the draft due to problems, but he's got to be the next great defensive end for the Giants. We got Mr. Firework JPP, who hopefully it'd be all right this year, man. I don't know what he's going to do, but Protecting the run, we got Jonathan Hankins and Colin Jenkins. They're pretty solid players. That basically rounds out our defense. It's not that good, but it has potential. We just got to develop our two future stars in Landon Collins and Kennard. Other than that, we got to put pressure on the quarterback and have Prince and Rodgers-Cromartie make plays. Should be a pretty solid year on defense. We got to want to stay off the field, man. Keep that offense on the field. Pound the rock. That's when the Giants successful. They pound the rock, man. And we get up in games, make big plays with Cruz, make big plays with none other than ODB, but that's going to be our goal on defense. And I can't forget about special teams. My man Steve Weatherford holding it down. They hate on him, man. His strength rating should be out the roof. Dude is a bull in the gym. Fucking freak. They got to give him some more strength. I mean, this dude works out crazy. I think it was on the cover of Men's Fitness, Muscle and Fitness, man. This dude's crazy. We got my man Chipotle Dwayne Harris returning kicks and punts for the Giants. And we got Jeezy Brown kicking the ball. Zach Diossi is two-time Super Bowl champion. Doesn't have a position, man, but he's our long snapper. We got a solid team this year. I just want to make sure we pound the rock and we make our big plays happen. Odell Beckham, man, you can't have a sophomore slump. You're fucking targeted all day. Top 5 receiver. I got to make sure we make plays with you. You're a top 5 receiver. We're pounding the rock, and on defense, we're solid. That's going to lead us to the playoffs and hopefully get us a playoff win. We haven't had one in forever. Week 1 in Dallas. Primetime game is going to be a huge test. We usually beat Dallas in their own stadium, which Jerry Jones paid a shitload for. But we're going to get that W week 1. Thank you for watching. Show us the love. Show us the hate. And we're out.